about diseases that commonly afflict human societies, I'm sure a few that come to mind include SARS, Ebola, COVID-19, but I would say there's also another disease that is equally as injurious as the three I just mentioned, but it isn't really regarded as such. It's called depression. Yeah, depression is actually a disease defined as the inability to experience pleasure. A leading psychiatrist in the field named Charles Nemiroff says that 11% of men and 21% of women contend with major depressive disorder within their lifetimes. The rates of those suffering from depression has actually been increasing as of late, and the main impediment that stands in the way of optimal treatment is not having enough capacity to service the demand for treatment. And as a byproduct of that, wait times increase, even up to lengths of 6 weeks. Additionally, due to the stigma surrounding depression, those that are suffering from the disease may wait extended times to seek treatment. And even at that, some may never even seek treatment at all. So after extensive consultations with medical professionals, us here at the DACTR team have decided to make an application that bridges the gap between medical professionals and the patients that they seek to serve. We believe that through an application that empowers the user to take back their lives through healthy, sustainable life habits, we can combat depression where it starts and help people in their fight against this disease.
So now we will begin the prototype demo and go over its technicalities. This is a web app built locally on the XAMPP stack, then launched through a Bitnami Lambstack server image running on Google Compute Engine. Here we can see the landing page, which is a login and register system. Login data is currently being sent to MySQL databases provisioned by the server's Lambstack for the purposes of prototyping, though we plan on migrating it to Google Cloud's well-managed SQL platform. While the login is currently for all users, we plan on adding a special login for clinicians who can have access to their patients' journal entries, feedback given, and progress statistics in the MVP. Here is the main homepage for the user. Front-end development for this application was aided by platforms like Bootstrap, which ensures responsive content for anyone on any platform, whether it be a phone or a tablet. We chose Google Cloud to host our site for a few reasons. First, Google boasts easy scalability and resilience for VM instances with management policies like autoscale and autoheal. They also have many APIs aside from natural language processing that will aid in understanding the user in future development. Now let's begin journaling. Yesterday, it seems the user had a tough time trying to understand the emotions of their doctor. Doctor responded with cognitive behavioral feedback accordingly by using Google's NLP API to analyze the user sentiment. Today, the same user will incorporate cognitive behavioral techniques to the writing as suggested before. And it looks like they really improved, and they can tell because Doctor assures them. Now we realize tone doesn't describe the full picture, nor is it always accurate, so for the MVP, we will try training Google's Auto ML natural language model with a supervised set of example journals made in coordination with industry professionals to obtain more accurate results based on both tone and semantics. We also plan on using Google Maps, Places, and Calendar APIs to provide more personalized feedback by suggesting activities to participate in or places to go to depending on the user's mood. For now, the user can view basic profile information. In future development, we wish to present statistics on the user's emotional progress and perhaps a way for patients to connect to their supervising clinicians. And in cases of emergency, if the user needs immediate attention from a professional, we have a crisis page. This will connect the user with appropriate hotlines and notify supervising clinicians for patients. Overall, the goal of our prototype was to prove that an AI journaling system was feasible with current technology and that the platforms and technologies for future implementation was available.
will discuss a potential mobile app UI design for the MVP through the typical user's end. The future implementations for DACTR extend far beyond the first words in a journal and seek to positively change and empower those who use it. As mentioned during the prototype demo, a custom-trained NLP model detects the mood of the user based on a submitted journal entry and will list feedback and recommend potential activities the user can do. In addition to the option of using a second AI system to not only detect recommendations based on mood, but also order the recommendations based off of interest as targeted to the specific user, with the most appealing recommendations listed on top. For instance, through semantic analysis, if the user frequently writes about having an artistic background, the AI may recommend potential activities to exercise right brain expression. In this demo, the user clearly enjoys exercise, specifically cycling, so cycling is one of the first recommendations to pop up. As the user utilizes DACTR more, the machine learning will allow this AI to become more accurate in its recommendations based on current moods and interests. Whether it is a student, working employee, or any individual using the app, a majority of the targeted audience who either have mental health disorders or simply want to improve their lifestyle will feel overwhelmed by current life, and usually mental health and wellness is a factor that is first to be pushed aside. To accommodate for this, another future implementation is utilizing Google Calendar and Places API to import one's daily schedule and have DACTR provide recommendations for activities that fit around an individual's schedule and needs. This eliminates the hassle of setting aside a specific time to focus on self-care, as well as defeats the go-to excuse of having not enough time. Finally, for users who are patients connected to a clinician, we plan on analyzing the state of a user's mood throughout time to see if further treatment or consultation is needed. DACTR would be able to utilize gathered data and display it to supervising clinicians to assist them in monitoring the patient, which reduces the number of appointments required. This implementation would greatly reduce wait times as well as increase time therapists are able to give for individualized care by allowing them to prioritize patients on a need-based and severity scale. On the bottom right, we have the crisis button for the patient to directly link to a therapist or a 24/7 hotline in case anything were to come up and they need immediate attention. By sending a quick message through the crisis button, immediate care will be provided for the patient to ensure the situation is addressed.
At DACTR, we are united in the pursuit of empowering individuals to live their best life. And we are confident that we possess the abilities to make this idea a reality. For more information on our group, please visit drgroup.com.